Hello, everyone! Welcome back to the RashInvestor.com's Weekend Frivolity. This is our Broiler Chicken show. Took a bit of a break there, middle of August here. Market's kind of quiet.
This is our Broiler Chicken
Hey, it's
show.
working. That's good to see. Actually, I still remember how to do all this YouTube stuff. If I'm not mistaken, all hell's breaking loose. I might have to get back in the saddle and start doing a little bit more manual labor around the site here. Carrying my weight. Gotta keep things going here. Good damn it. Beamish, get off your ass. Get back to work. Anyway, actually, it's interesting. I had a pretty quiet morning here. Vancouver, I'm in this funny little condo. I moved here a few years ago. But actually, I'm really excited. One of our TRI veterans, total of Mr. Karma. Sure hope he made it home from his soiree last evening. I did send him off. I got a picture of him before the event. He was gonna have one of his wild DJ experiences, Andrew. So I hope he's in one piece, and I don't know whether he made it or not, but I would imagine he's a trooper. So I hope they had fun last night. Anyway, he and I are gonna create like the ultimate trading pit here in Vancouver. Totally excited. I think we have planned 37 different screens, all told. So this could be really fun fall. And actually, one of the reasons why I took this past week off was our head programmer and sort of chief code writer. I think his formal title at TRI is Chief Technology Officer. I think that's what he likes to call himself. Anyway, the guy who's basically run this website, the construction, the RationalInvestor.com. It's been, I tell you, man, this is it's definitely been an adventure. On balance, I think we're heading in a pretty good direction, but gee whiz, sure can feel the pulls and pushes of all the stress in the world right now, and even on poor old Fjord. I'm certainly not going to weigh in. I certainly have lots and lots of history of saying and the most stupid things, and just totally pissing people off and bad karma. I mean, hopefully most of you in the world understand where we're all coming from. Hopefully it's a position of generosity and sincerity. If anything, like I said, it was probably good that I just took a week break there. And actually, I just forced myself 1 week straight, not allowed to talk. I actually did go. I had a cute little stock that Andrew found, which I think is going to be our first Korean barbecue stock. It's a fun little name. And for heaven's sakes, do not go and buy any of this shit, okay? I told everybody in the public, if your job is to watch, right? So we're gonna do phase 1 of the Korean barbecue. You all saw what I did there from what was that, about 2015 through about 2017-ish, 18, in altcoin land. I don't see any reason why we can't do the same thing now. Although this go around, frankly speaking, I want to do it in the stock market. That's where I got my formal education, and I love crypto to death. It's so beautiful, but I mean, let's call a spade a spade. You all seen my where are we here? Is this? I mean, I gotta say, Fjord. I mean, he's building a pretty darn good looking platform here. I'll get more on that in a bit, but just let's call a spade here. There's TRI's feed actually that Kevin was managing. Hopefully he's feeling pretty positive about that. I thought he was doing a pretty good job on that. But here's my feed, and I put this guy's picture in the background here just to remind you all, do you really understand what you're getting involved in here in crypto? So I definitely have experience on the ground with this whole space, and I've seen the stories. And, if anything, I think I told you and I told a lot of my students that day one, the whole reason why I went down the road that I did. Remember, I got my first job in this business in 1988. Was because for some stupid reason I wanted to never have somebody go, well, I know this industry better than you do. I don't think anybody can really sit there and say they know the industry better than I do. I have a pretty good idea what the hell's going on here. And I've been watching this and participating and quote-unquote investing in this space now for 5 or 6 years. I see what the game is. And make no mistake about it, this place is rife with these guys. Make no mistake about it. So just, don't kid yourself here. The one thing I do like about the stock market, and what gives me the ability to do something audacious, like say, I'm going to take 5Gs and turn it into a couple $1,000,000. And yes, we're going to pay all our appropriate taxes because TRI pays its taxes. We pay all of our taxes, and actually I'm very proud of that fact. That we have paid a lot of taxes. Trust me, it's painful, especially these installments, man. Every 3 or 4 months, gotta go hit bang, another $6,000, another $5,000, another $10,000. Oh, jeez. Anyway, that's the privilege of living in this Western society. So, point here is, I can't even remember what the hell the point is. I'm just sort of trying to... I'm actually really happy to be back. I'd like to just make it certain, make it clear that TRI's been working its butt off, and I know Siordi's been working so hard. He did tell me we came back to a little bit of friction on the site. I do understand this is going to be a really, really tough time for humanity here. This might be a really tough time for humanity here over like the next 5 to 10 years. This is going to be a slog, folks. Make no mistake about it. And you might even find, just think back last century. You might even find that the world that we all remember, that was sort of the dot-com peak, the growth is endless. The guy actually who sold his stock right at the top of the dot-com market, the university professors were laughing at him because they were just saying the world is such an awesome place and it's so free and it's so open and that's just never going to end. Well, no, that's not exactly how the real world works. We might find that we have to go through a prolonged period where, even things like travel is going to be very restricted. Your civil liberties are going to be very curtailed. The one thing I do like about TRI is that we do at least make the attempt at PMA, at trying to come at this from the right place, but just on balance, I don't think it's fair for people to criticize us if we see that a vein of conversation on the website is heading down an unhealthy path. And frankly speaking, in a weird sort of way, we're almost getting caught up in exactly the same things that everybody's angry at Google at, they're angry at Facebook at, they're angry at Twitter at, because we are a community. And I did find it fascinating that somebody came to me and said it almost feels like there are people that are being paid to come, because keep in mind we do things like free 30-day trial. So people can just come in and blitz, whatever sort of angle they want at our community. And I actually see a lot of the similarities of, unfortunately, when somebody of authority has to step in and go, look, enough is enough. We got to stop this. We got to put a stop to this somehow. That all of a sudden now people are attacking us. So, wow, fascinating. Hey, and the sky trains keep going by. I bet you the funny thing is the damn sky trains are empty. The sky trains are electric here in Vancouver, and I think that the local utility company has to maintain a certain revenue stream, and they get a certain amount of revenue from the subway system. They're pretty taxing on the grid. And that's guaranteed revenue. So they have to keep running whether there's anybody in them or not. It's such a funny anecdote of this really fucked up world we're in right now. Literally, you hear them going by outside my window, and yet there's nobody in them. What a screwy world this is. One thing I will say, Sjord has been, he had a very big objective, and I'm really proud of Sjord because, like a soldier, he's just soldiered on. And in a weird sort of way, you know, the stress is, like I said, I just took a week off from all of this. I just turned everything off. I was basically face down in a ditch for pretty much a week, and it was really nice. I was tweeting out a comment about how one doctor stood up and said, "Hey, you know, I don't believe in all this, you know," and all of a sudden the world just turned around and just shit on him. And I tweeted that out a day or two ago, and I thought it was funny that somebody even came on the tweet and said, "So you coming back? What's up? Are you gonna get back to work? What the fuck?" Dance, monkey, dance. I don't know whether I'm of any benefit to you guys or not. Sure hope I am. Do see the audience is thinned out here appreciably, but I suppose a lot of you didn't know whether I was going to be here or not. So I guess that makes sense. It's Sunday, and actually, you know what I noticed, which was really interesting, was last Sunday I did this broadcast, and I didn't ask for your guys' karmic support with Liam that day, and I was surprised actually. I didn't really have that good of a day with Liam. I think Liam was fine. It's just mentally I just wasn't in it. I wasn't in the game. So in a weird sort of way, maybe your karmic support that you guys do, man, that it touches my soul when you guys do that. That's my payment for doing these. It comes from like all over the planet, it seems. I think we have a couple. I know we have one or two over on Venus, but I'm not really allowed to talk about those guys. You know, Ferris, he was a fry cook. What is it? He was a fry cook on Venus, if I'm not mistaken. So remember that. That's an '80s reference. We lost our Arizonan buddy. I wonder where she went. She was here earlier, but I don't see her now. Maybe she is here. Anyway, sure. I also did know. I also did know that you will be here. Happy you are. Oh, okay, cool. David Davis. How's it going, David Davis? This video is unlisted. Oh, is it? Isn't that interesting? I thought I made it public. Can you change these things while you're in midstream? Are you allowed to do that? Unlisted. You're right. Look at that. Son of a gun. What happens? Isn't that funny? I thought I shared it on Twitter and stuff. There's so many different people. You're doing so many different videos on the site. It's probably getting a little bit confusing. Well, that's good. So I just wasted everybody's time there, about a half hour or so, eh? What I need is some direction here when I do these shows. I'm sure a lot of people tune in and then tune out after 5 minutes going, Jesus Christ, this guy's just babbling on about nothing. Okay, how do I do that? I think this is the page over here. Edit? What happens if I go edit? Is this going to screw it up? Public, right? That's what we want to do, but how do you do that? I wonder where that is. Do. Crypto trading show, education, unlisted. There it is. Public. Boom. Done. Save. Wonder if that's going to make any difference. I don't know. You guys are over there on YouTube. I guess you're watching over on the YouTube page. What do you think? Do I sound... Oh, there. Is this the page here? 8:15? Took a bit of a break there. Oh, yeah, it is. Well, that was kind of fun, eh? Yeah, you got a nice little half-hour rant there. I don't know whether that's going to change anything or not, but anyway. Okay, so somebody marked down. Guess what time is it? Anybody have any? I never know how you mark the actual time of what the hell the video is right now. Live 15:19. Actually, only 15 minutes of bullshit. That's not bad. All right, so somebody put a comment. The bullshit came to an end at about 15-minute mark. So I understand while I was away, a little bit of stress around the site. Deep breath, everybody. We'll get through this. And if I understand correctly, too, Seward also had a big deadline that he wanted to try and get met here by the end of the week on Friday. And I think from what I understand, he's coming along pretty well on that. He got sort of the reporting part of the engine correct. And now it's all, he said he's going to spend the next week or two fixing up the display. So hopefully what that means is maybe to start the autumn, we can actually start selling this thing. I was going through the screeners, and what I would prefer to do is I like to have sort of like the screeners on a page that's on my dashboard. I don't know if this is set up. I suppose I'll talk with Stuart on whether this is even appropriately set up or not. Hey, there's Cheryl Ann. Hello, Cheryl Ann. Hope your kid's doing well. If anything, I think I heard Stuart said that he has an algorithm up and running that's trading away for TRI on its own right now. Which, if that is the case, that is a monstrous achievement on his part. So we'll see how that goes. As you can see, there's still some empty stuff. I suppose it will be filled in hopefully over the next week or two. What I did see when I was looking through the screeners, though, is I was pretty pleased with what I saw. And actually, something that really jumped out at me was I don't know whether it was in here or not. But actually, this is a funny one. I think this only trades on Trex. It was interesting. The system picked up a key reversal on a little penny piece of poo. Interesting how TradingView doesn't actually show that. But if you go to actually Bitrex itself, you can see the key reversal bar. I threw in a bid here and at the bottom end of the range. It's a total piece of crap. You know how Brian loves to go and just buy these total pieces of shit. And I don't know whether it's going to work or not, but you tell me, has this thing got any chance of producing a double for me over the next, say, 6-12 months? Any kind of rally into these wicks on some sort of, crazy-ass event day like whatever the hell this nonsense was. You can see I get a double off if all we do is explore up into this wick up here. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. But I think the odds are better than 50-50 if I go buy a little bit of here if this key reversal confirms. It hasn't confirmed yet. But it's just such a great application of this dashboard and this concept where we can now basically the system will sort of spoon feed you a whole bunch of ideas that are just sitting there waiting to go. And if you want to pull the trigger, great, go for it. But, first off, you got to understand how to trade these things. And if you don't know that, you better get your ass in the school. But actually, I even put a comment to that effect. Because what I'm seeing is a beautiful juxtaposition. That they always say, a good trade is a good trade is a good trade. I mean, it's just simple as that. And I think I've told you guys repeatedly, I love saying stuff like this because you guys, it's just gonna fucking melt your ears. You're gonna hate this, or you're gonna love it. I don't know, one of the two. But frankly speaking, I couldn't give a shit whether we sell one more school seat or not. I don't care. What I want is I want this shit, because when I have this shit, then I have the tools to be able to go and just kill the market and make all the money from trading I ever need. So what the hell do I care whether I sell any site subscriptions or not? I don't care. But I will say one thing. We have invested a whack of money in Sjord and his programming team. And I would like to see a positive rate of return on that money invested. So I would like to sell some subscriptions to at least recap that capital. And if we could create some nice little simple revenue stream. In fact, what I'd like to do, what I'm thinking of doing, is creating a not-for-profit charity in the state of Hawaii, and like vending in sort of like a PMA token, something along those lines, that basically it funds the not-for-profit. We all understand what the purpose of the not-for-profit is. And like if I had like a 5% interest remaining after the dust settles with this company, just to vend that revenue stream right into the not-for-profit, so it can just keep going out and helping the world. So that's what I'd like to see happen with all this, but that's here nor there. Point here is, I don't care about selling site subscriptions. I don't care about selling school. What I want is tools that are going to help me kick ass trading wise. And it's taken a while to build this, don't get me wrong. And then the irony of it all is that once you get the signaling system that works and produces awesome signals, then, some big fat cat investment house is going to come and throw like $1 billion at Julian, and he's going to be all fucking in love with them. And Sjord's probably going to be like, okay, fine, $1 billion, and then, TRI just gets swallowed up by some institutional firm. That's the way this shit always goes. Every single story, it's exactly the same. The key here, of course, is can you just get from A to B? Get to the point, build the algos, get the algos working, get the screener systems working, get the subscription streams working, all that kind of stuff. Build out the customer base, and then boom, big cat, fat cat's coming by you out. That's the way the capitalist machine works. We'll see what happens. Point here is, for God's sakes, through all of that, I still want to make damn sure. Now you can hear the Sky Trade, eh, Grant? Which is so funny, right? Because it's there empty. Grant goes there, must be near the Sky Trade. Yeah, I'm in this, I moved into this funny little condo, but actually I'm moving out of here soon, so anyway, interesting comment there from you, Grant. And I gotta say, they're making good progress, especially on some of the screening systems that I saw here. And you just gotta have the faith. I understand that it's a slog getting from A to B. What I wanted to show you guys, which I thought was so cool, and actually I keep going in circles here. You know how hard it is to actually talk from, I guess, one side of your brain, and then actually try and navigate a site to where you want to go to and find things to show you at the same time? Man, it's difficult. So half of the reason why I get derailed and off on tangents is I'm trying to do 2 or 3 jobs at once. So my apologies. But what I wanted to show you was, on my feed, I put this out earlier today because, Jesus, so cool. But this actually came up on my screen, Daily Bullish Q Reversals Anywhere. And on the 12th of August, we got a signal on this ball. What the hell's ball? This is the Bloomberg Cotton Subindex. I don't know whether you guys have been following me for a while, but made some fantastic money trading the lumber market. In fact, I don't know whether I have it on here or not. What the hell's that name at? I don't know if any of you guys even know. Geez, Kevin used to be on these shows. I wonder where Kevin is. Usually he's almost always here. Maybe he didn't know I was going to be here today. There was a stock. What the hell was the damn stock that I traded? RFP, that's what it was. So this is how I played the lumber bull market. Actually, I did it a couple different ways. This was an options trade that I made some pretty good money. Nice net return on that bad boy. But I'm also actually long the stock as well, and I keep selling halves on doubles on the stock move. Yeah, I'm long. No, that's a different one. Yeah, so, well, I guess that's where I'm long. And it's interesting because this was a key reversal signal as well. You can see the outside upside key reversal right there. I mean, I love these key reversals. They're so fucking sick. Isn't that weird? I thought I had. I thought I tweeted out. I did pretty good trade on that. RFP. Actually, you know, it might even be over here. Let's see. So the point being that, and I've been thinking that these silly commodities, what it looks like to me, and I remember I've been through this very briefly in the early 1980s. I was just starting to pay attention to trading in the markets. So I'm a bit foggy, but just give me a second and let me find the stock. It's one of these. I thought I had it written up. Not right up there. That's too bad. Well, anyway. And I got it in my registered account for the Canadian one. So I went in and it's somewhere in the Twitter feed, and it's probably in my trading room if you want to look at it on the site. So I went in and just bought here, and I've been selling house on double. So that's the way that I played the lumber bull market. And I got to tell you, man, what a hell of a trade, eh? Ay. So the question is, how the hell are you going to play this cotton market? Because it looks to me like cotton's the next one to go. So I did notice that this is, and you know, if you don't know, there's a certain sort of sub-sector of the commodities industry. They're called the softs. They would be things like lumber, cotton, orange juice, sugar, coffee, cocoa, and they're called the softs. There goes that SkyTrain. I wonder if there's anybody in. I swear I should take a picture of it and show you. There'll be nobody in that. It's so funny. And you can hear the track needs maintenance. You can they need to oil the track. Oh, here comes one going the other direction. Let's see if there's anybody in here. Here it comes in. Oh, there's a few people. Oh, not bad. Okay. Well, so I stand corrected. Alright, so this is an interesting way to play it. You can see from $50 now, it's obviously exploded higher here. You know, maybe think about things like if we can get reload zone pullbacks. I'm going to be sort of watching for that kind of event, if we can get some sort of dip against this area here. But that's something that really has my attention. It's beautiful to see the key reversal screener pick that up, just sort of saying, hey, pay attention. And I think probably came in, yeah, there it is, back on the 12th, so a little while ago. Anyway, really, and I think I told you, really interesting price action on this BBC. So this is actually also, too, a really good lesson. I don't know whether I can show you guys or not, but really good lesson in crypto where you can see what's happened here is they've painted a key reversal, and let's see, am I disseminating information that I really shouldn't show you here? Okay, I don't think it looks too bad. This is interesting because there's the key reversal bar. So I'm pleased that Sjord's system picked up the key reversal. I mean, like I showed you on that chart, that ball chart, I mean, it's right back at the bottom end of the range. It's interesting, too, how they actually left a price gap. You can see that the candle body opened there, and then this close of this candle here, there's actually a hole in the chart. So, and I actually looked at the order book. You know, interesting for our level 3ers. You can actually see a funny little notch right down here at 56.19. So we all know what that means, level 3ers. Did see you guys writing your exams and posting. Congratulations, a couple newly founded OGs. But before I get to that, just wanted to mention here, you can see that the key reversal actually fires on a trade through 79.13, which was what last candle's closing peak high there. And instantly somebody threw up and asked, well, somebody does not want this to go through that level. And the irony of it all is that this basically will be a bull if somebody can turn this around and break it out through that 79.13 level and eat up all that supply that's sitting there. Frankly speaking, I don't think they can. But we'll see how it goes. It's an interesting anecdote of trading, and I posted this in the lounge this morning, that really, what's actually going on here? Like, somebody did come in. Maybe they fat fingered this, but you can clearly see they came in, they ran into a gap, they filled the gap, and the gap might be done. The irony of it all, because I'm talking about this, I might actually be influencing these guys and the bots and everything about this. So that just me talking about this might totally F all this up. But I'm actually very interested. You can see I'll come in for $500 or something right at the bottom end of this range and just have some fun with this thing. Nanny nibbles, just being a knucklehead in the market, not trying to do anything, right? And all that shit. But it's just an interesting anecdote that actually if you see somebody come along and eat this wall out, you can literally see. You go and eat that wall out and confirm that key reversal candle. Well, that just means there's some demand here. It's fascinating to watch play out. So cool. I thought it was kind of funny. We went and actually looked at the FA of this thing. It's a train wreck. It's a piece of shit. It's at the bottom end of the range. It's worthless. That sounds exactly like a day Brian would take a shot on. So I thought that was kind of funny. And I also did like the fact that you saw that the algo picked up the key reversal. That actually TradingView, if you just followed along TradingView and you asked TradingView, can you show me these key reversals? You can see that TradingView did not pick up that key reversal. So that's fascinating, eh? Very interesting. In fact, look, here are all my pieces of crap. So you can see, and some of them are just getting crushed. You are a piece of crap, Brian. Okay, fine. I think I came in and bought this thing, 78.6, 88.6. It's just what I do, right? But I won't be selling here right now. There's no hurry for me to do anything here. So some are up or some are down. Nothing really to get too excited about. Actually, that's the same thing as what I did in the stock market recently. We had a fun little one where there's not much stock out on this thing. And we're right down at the bottom end of the range. And I mean, you tell me, if this thing ever gets its act together, has it got any room to move up here? Like, here we are down here. You can't even see the price. Which is so funny, right? So I went in and picked some up here, and actually I went and bought some more here. While I was on quote-unquote vacation, I bought some more for TRI. I think I got filled at 41. I don't have a problem whatsoever sitting on this stock, and what I find really interesting is there's a nice price gap, just like you saw on this. What was that name I was showing you just a second ago? Here, let's see if it's on there. It was this thing, right? It was the Trex chart, wasn't it? I tell you, I mean, this stuff it writes itself. It's so cliche. Yeah, there. I think this is it. Yeah. So filled gap. Basically, they gotta fill this gap. Gaps get filled. I mean, just get used to it. It's like I think it's like 91% of the time, or some crazy ass number like that. So, what's the odds of this thing at some point down the road? Just remember, don't take too much risk. I'm not really in any hurry. What are the odds of this thing coming up and filling in this gap at $1.20 down the road? Oh, I'd say probably pretty good. So anyway, good example of one that actually I'm like buying into weakness. I do that a lot in the stock market. I'm not in any hurry here whatsoever. And in actual fact, I've got I'd say about maybe a quarter of the amount of stock on the books that I want to have total. So just slowly accumulating. That might actually be the same sort of thing as here. The only issue that you have with these, and this is sort of why I can't do this kind of project, the Korean barbecue trade, in crypto, is you just can't tell whether these goddamn things are going to be delisted by these exchanges. And if they are, well, see you later. Half the reason why I have the confidence just to go and buy this stock at or below where the directors are long is I got pretty good chance that these guys are going to want to hold on to their venture exchange listing. The listing itself is actually quite valuable. And, the insiders are actually legally required to tell you exactly where they're long. So the reason why I can comfortably buy here is because I know I'm buying below where insiders own the stock. That's fine by me. And not only do they not own the stock, what they own are options, which technically are useless if they're below their strike price. If they're above their strike price, the options can become extremely valuable. So they're highly incentivized to get the stock price higher. So options to directors, que bella. If you can show me options to directors, if you can even get a fucking director to actually tell you the truth in this space. I mean, come on, folks. Let's call a spade a spade. Great. Awesome. Excellent. If I can own at or below wherever they're long, then that's exactly where I want to be long. So I can do that in this space. So I can have confidence of saying crazy things like I'm going to turn, $500. Well, actually, this plan is to go 5,000 to 2.5 million. So, and actually, I feel very confident. Don't know how long it's going to take. Might take a few years, but I feel very confident that, and I feel more confident that we're going to do this because of Andrew's personality. Because it takes a very specific personality type to be able to pull this kind of shit off. What I've noticed, you want a really good lesson in how the real brokerage industry works. And I just sort of clued into this a few days ago because I remember back working in sort of the shill environment. And in that sort of institutional sort of type investing atmosphere. This world works like that Big Short movie and the guy from The Office, whatever the hell that guy's name is. Where, there's some big fat cat who's, he's made a bit of money, he's pretty smart, whatever. He's got, been funded, he runs a fund, and he has his team. And almost every single well-respected house that I've worked with, that's the way the game works. And the fat cat guy at the head of the team, he brings in the funding. and he's got a team of minions. And the problem is and I could have very easily joined one of those teams of minions, but actually now I think I'm actually really privileged in that we might actually be trying to form one of those teams here in Vancouver with Andrew. And I want to take this fucking next level shit. So I'm super, super excited for Andrew. He doesn't know what the hell's going to hit him. But this is an interesting anecdote where probably if you talk to 99 people out of 100 on the street and ask them, look at that image and then tell me what this says. And keep in mind, there's no wrong or right way to read that. It's just your perspective. Regardless of all this write-up and shit, right? Forget this. And really, since this low has been broken here, right? That low was 40 cents. So we traded to 38. So this Foggenbaum actually is off the table now. The gap is still perfectly valid. It's not a quote-unquote buy, technically, here. In fact, it looks like it's going A, B, C, D. I actually threw in another bid to buy, about another 5,000 at 20 cents, even just on Friday. Just expecting that probably a lot of people that did sort of ride my coattails, and now they look at this and they read this one way, they're probably going to dump this and go, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Why the fuck did I subscribe to this channel? Unsubscribe, unlike, this guy's a dickhead. I want my money back, call the lawyers. And I don't want any of you in this kind of trade. Fine by me. I'm not in any hurry whatsoever, but that's actually what I would expect over the short term. Keep in mind, I'm only partially filled on this. I would prefer, actually, their lower prices. And keep in mind, as long as I can buy below where the directors are long the stock, fucking, you know what that is? That's one of these things. Let's see if we even have it. Yeah, see, if I'm really good at the soundboard, I can just pull this off like this. Let's see if I can pull it off really quickly. Oh, come on. Oh, no. I don't see it. No. Shitty. Nope. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, this whole damn thing is this. But we better not play that too much, or you know who's gonna get upset. That actually gets you in trouble. It'd be interesting to see if I get flagged for playing that. No. What I wanted to play was. They dump this stock here, and to me, what that is. Oh no! Oh, come on! No, it never works. What do you want? Anyway, I wanted to go with the delivery truck backing up. That sound. It's funny, I thought we used to have that in the library, but I guess not. Okay, I'm going to try it one more time, just because I'm a total pain in the ass. There it is. Thanks. I've obviously searched for it before. That's what you want to hear, right? But I'm probably going to get into trouble playing that too long. So I'm more than happy to be a buyer of this stock, but I can completely understand that there's a lot of people that are very, very impatient at this game, and they're going to totally dump this. So do not buy any of these names that I tell you. Just watch. And if you haven't done this before, then you really have to watch, because you don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing here. And really, if you're taking the education program, you'll have an understanding of what a fundamental justification for being in these names. And you'll understand sort of the risk management strategies that we're employing here. Keep in mind that the initial investment I'm going to put into this is $5,000. $5,000 is not even 0.5% of my sort of net worth. So I'm not even the slightest bit concerned about losing the $5,000. So please understand that. Anyway, good example of coming in on the long side on a VCIM name. And I'm really proud of Andrew because he went and found this name. So that means we should have a good story, right? And really, neither one of us are in a big hurry. In fact, he's making a pile of money on crypto rallies of late. He was telling me he was super jazzed about that thing, and he's made some great money. He came in, and God, this is so cliche, everybody. How often do I tell you guys this? Anyway, you know, what do we got? We got 20, 30 people. Actually, that's not bad. 40. Numbers going up. Got about 50 people watching this video. I think from now on, I think what we're going to do is call the 78.6 to 88.6 level the crypto reload zone. I mean, look how cliche that is, folks. That's insane. I mean, classic stock market, usually I go, especially if I'm like trading futures, you get a lot of action. You can see there was a pretty good trade off of 61.8 there originally. But I think for you crypto fans, I think we have to call this, we have to rename this like the crypto reload zone. Because gee whiz, I mean, that's ridiculous, eh? I mean, that's what you're here to learn, right? The question is, can you actually pull the trigger when we get down into these levels? Because what do you think the sentiment was just even a few weeks ago? If I came to you and I said, hey, you know, I'm going to pick up some of this shit, what would you have said? I mean, come on, be honest. Don't bullshit me here. I mean, that's the best part about trading, right? Usually this stuff, when this is the only business when stuff goes on sale, nobody wants to buy. It's almost impossible to step in on the long side. And then, to add insult to injury, you could have said, okay, well, Brian, I'm going to wait for a reload zone of sort of dead cat bounces. And maybe that's how you sneak your way in. So you're going to be buying here. Interesting. 78.6 to 78.6. Have I told you guys before? Look what happens. Darn market goes and puts in a honking W right off that damn 78.6 level. Like, damn, that's ridiculous. This one actually even went lower than this 78.6, and I've seen this happen a lot too, guys. Where you'll get like a smaller range, and the market will come after these weak hands, but ultimately it's playing around in a bigger reload zone. So this bottom that happens in this reload zone, right? This reload zone, you get the idea. Maybe we should make that like yellow. Really stand out, right? That reload zone. It often I've seen, right? And write this down, seriously. And all especially people like, this son of a bitch, he's just fucking selling subscriptions, cocksucking son of a cocksucker motherfucker. I know you're out there. The good part about it is Google has like a little sort of script that runs along, boop-a-doop-a-doo, language is good. Then all of a sudden, all hell just broke loose and it's all go. I wonder if it's calmed back down. Hey, I did mark this as not for children, so anyway, you're gonna find what ends up happening. I see this happen so often, it's incredible. Is like the crypto kids and stuff like that, they get so wrapped up in this short term, right? And I see this a lot, like that. This bottom here, this is the bottom. This is it. This is the turn. And what do you think the odds are that like this rally in here actually confirm like a bull div? I bet that's the case. Yeah, there it is, right? Big honking bull div. I'm a bull div. Look at me. Ah! So people are like, okay, this is the bottom. This is the bottom. But just because the bull div fires, actually, what's the rule? And this is such a good. I mean, seriously, do you guys want to? I want to check in with the interneting here. All I see is a guy who has a backwards N on the channel over there. Is anybody else over there? What are we supposed to do after we see a confirmed bullish divergence? What do you do next? Let's see. If you know the answer to this, then okay, cool. You're a trader. You're ready to rock and roll. If you don't know the answer to this, get your fucking ass in the school program and learn. Hey, Kevin. Hey, there you are. Oh, man. I'm doing this on my own here. This is impossible. Anyway, there's Kevin over there. Nice to see you, bud. Anybody over there on YouTube? Hey, there's Ryan. Oh, I heard Ryan. Take it easy, Ryan. Hey, Prince. Good answer. God, this is such a good lesson. If you don't know this, write it down. If you're like, holy shit, this guy's throwing tons of information at me, I can't write it all down, it's too overwhelming, get in the goddamn school. Kevin, he's one of our TAs in a level 1. God, I would tell my grandmother to go and listen to Kevin. Kevin's fucking the shit, man. We're so fortunate to have guys like him around. What I love about working with Kevin is every single idea that he has a bull setup, he's like, Brian, I don't see a confirmed bull div on the MACD, so I don't know. And I love it. I like Kiran, it's beautiful in our day trader group there, that battle stations group we have at TRI. He goes, I don't know. I'm a big fan of market structure and the impulse wave theory. I don't know, Brian, and he proved right. And it's just like fuck, goddamn. So I love the fact that I've taught these people, and these people know how to trade, and they're monsters, and they're so good at their craft. It's beautiful to watch you guys at work. So anyway, I saw Kevin over there, and I was like, hey. I gotta throw you a kiss, Kevin. Can you throw me a kiss back? I'd love to. Hopefully you're doing okay. So anyway, point here is I often see this, and I often see a lot of new traders fall into this trap. That they get all excited. Okay, here is our bottom, double bottom. This is a triple bottom. This thing is the shit, man. And okay, look at the range, man. It's got forever to go to back up to the upside, and this is it. And look at me, I'm going to get rich here. Look at this huge wick. That Beamish guy says wicks and tails like to be eaten, so I'm like totally good to go. I've told the girlfriend we're going to take $1,000, throw it in here. Going to flip it out at 2,000 or 3,000. We're going to go on a nice vacation. Everything's going to be awesome. Oh, fuck me. Well, what the hell, man? Where's my Lambo? I see it happen all the time. It's stressful. One thing I would strongly suggest you do is try and follow that 3 steps and wait for the confirmed bullish divergence and then trade a W. But sometimes, guys, it's just the way this goddamn job goes. It just sucks horsecocks. It's just the way this damn trader's life is. That, maybe you took this trade right here and you're like, that's one hell of a double bottom, Brian. I got to buy that, man. And this happens. You have to respect the fact that the market said, sorry, you're wrong. If you're trading in size, then you gotta fucking get the hell out. And then what really pisses you off is that quite often the market will come back and give you that W right after the fact. Maybe you see this and you go, you know what? I can't just jump right back in. I've now at least got some bullish market structure. This is holding in. And of course, we are still in that higher time frame reload zone. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just let this rally exhaust itself and I'll just hunt sort of pullbacks and see if I can sneak in on a reload zone sort of retest. And sure enough, I think that's what that window was. Or maybe you have to just wait. And the interesting thing about this stop out, and I see this happen a lot with myself, is I'll get stopped out. In fact, actually it happened on Litecoin just this last rally. The damn thing broke out while I was supposed to be on vacation. I was like, fuck this, man. I'm not doing this. I'm supposed to be taking the time off. So I didn't do anything. But, well, shit happens. Anyway, point of the matter here is you can see the breakdown and the actual breakout. So breakdown and then ultimate breakout. Well, actually, it's all off the same goddamn level. That's 78.6. Son of a bitch. It drives you crazy. So sometimes in a trader's life, you got to get out and then get right back in at basically the exact same level that you sold at, which sucks horsecocks. But it's a trader's life. I mean, this is the life that you live. And this is actually, I would say, this is actually a really good anecdote on why a lot of people can't succeed at this game. Especially if they want to call themselves quote-unquote traders. They get really wrapped up in the short term of this. Maybe at this point they drill down to like that 4-hour chart and they're watching it like 24/7 and they're like, it was way up here and it's come back down, so this thing should bottom. It's going to like pay for all my Lambo dreams and all that. And then it fails and then they're just like heartbroken. And the stress of having to go, well, I said I was a trader, so I guess I better book the loss. Fucking that Beamish guy, I hate that son of a bitch. And then, even worse, oh my god, it turns out that actually that was the bottom. Oh, fuck. I mean, I see that happen all the time, folks. And even on my own damn accounts. It is a trader's life, and it sucks. Having said that, maybe you waited for that confirmed bullish div, then you waited for some sort of bottom, and you got in here. Which, Andrew, you lucky son of a bitch, he did. And, of course, now he's actually taking profits. Nice trade, Andrew. And actually, there was a few names. I did that on Luna. I was fortunate enough to, and you know, this is, if anything, this is a great example of. Where's the best place to show you this? Well, I did the trade on Trek, so I might as well show you it there. Oh goodness, Luna's all grown up. Look at all the Lunas that are out there, and if anything, that's a good sign. It's not going to be delisted. That's the one thing about this game that'll kill you if you trade these damn things, is if you get caught in a name that's potentially delisted. And trust me, I got lots of names like that. You know, remember, I got like hundreds of these damn cryptocurrencies on the books. I think that, if anything, I think Trex went through another cult, didn't they, recently? So anyway, this was a pretty good example. I mean, obviously this bot setup didn't play out. But this is a pretty good example of good old reload zones. So if we go boom, hey, there's a reload zone. Actually, I've forced myself, again, sort of, how often do you see the damn market bottom off that 78.6? Then actually we did even another one. This one actually was really textbook, exactly everything that we teach. So, boobity boo, and then came in and actually started to buy aggressively off of that W right there. So, I had a nice average cost, right in about there. I got some at 78.6, like I said, and a little bit off the double. And I was very fortunate right in this area, because actually, check this out. This is so cool. This was the, you know, for me putting up with all the bullshit of having to wait for fucking websites being built and, you know, people on fucking YouTube and stuff wanting to sue and stuff. This is the universe's treat. The universe taught me, fuck 'em up. So the universe said, Brian, you're a good guy. We'll cut you a break. Finally sort of teach you a little bit about what you should expect after sort of W's confirm. And what a cool analogy of that 2.618. Boosh, boosh, boosh. Look at that battle in there. And actually, the great part about this is now that we've resolved 2.618, like sometimes we'll battle in here and then have to come right back down to the original breakout. That happens a lot. In fact, actually, that is on our fun little crypto show that we did on Wednesdays. What do we call that? Called it a Bencloff check. So often, you know, the Foggenbaum level, the first one you want to watch, that 2.618. And we do reload zones going the other direction. This is a fun trade, I'll tell you. It's rather rewarding. So 2.618 is right here, 1373, 61.8. In fact, actually, I think I worked off the good old 50% rule. Yeah, 1311. In that area. Really, wicks and tails like to be. What do I say? Let's do a poll of the YouTube audience. Let's see, even check in with you guys. What do we say once we've sort of left this area, especially once we've cleared through these highs? What do you want to think if you're looking at the price chart and you're over here? What do we say? 2 words. Both start with the same letter. Actually, while you think about that, I'm going to fill my coffee up. And I want to see 20 answers. Get off your ass and do something around here, man. You going to take the garbage out? You know, this dishwasher, it doesn't empty itself. Just because you put the laundry in the laundry basket, that doesn't mean the laundry's done. Right? Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Jesus, nobody here. Oh man, people are in the oddest frame of mind right now. Nobody said anything on YouTube? Oh, this is bizarre. I'm gonna wake you guys up. Slap you around a bit. Oh boy, that's going to get the downvotes. Ah, domestic violence. Domestic violence. Anyone? Is anybody out there? Hey, there we go, Paul. Way to go, Paul. Hello, sir. Level 1 student here. Oh, fucking A. Super googly. What was my question? What was my answer? Roommate life. Kevin says I'm driving. Holy shit. Oh, I hope you're okay. Watch out for the bottle. Hey, Shark Toshi. Here's all my buddies. I miss you guys. Actually, there's 3 dudes right there on YouTube. Oh, totally OG or totally awesome guys. If you people over on YouTube, friend those 3 guys. Ryan, Fullertronic, and the Josh McGowan. If you just know those people, your trading's going to get better. You don't even have to do anything. All you got to do is just know them. D. Oh, is that Derek? All right. Well, anyway. Geez, didn't get many answers. Paul Remmer got one. And that's it. One person. Jeez. I suppose the YouTube channels and shit like that, they don't really do much of that. Oh, that's not Derek? Oh, sorry, dude. Okay. I don't think, but gee, I don't know. Do other people ask you guys to interact in these chats and stuff? Hey, there's my buddy Andre. How's it going? Hey, Larry. Hey, Larry. Dude, you gotta totally, you gotta come up to the house in Burnaby. We're actually, the ultimate goal is to turn that house in Burnaby into an office. So that house should become like the ultimate TRI Vancouver hub. So you're gonna have to come and get used to it. Cool part about it, Andrew's like totally awesome. Oh, good. Hey, you know what's Andre? Have you talked about Coinbase stock yet? I don't know. I was asking a question and nobody's answering the damn question. What are you slackers doing over there on you? Oh, look at that. The YouTube channel went from like 55, then it just dropped instantly down to 35 people. 20 people just all of a sudden tuned out. More than half of the audience went, fuck out. Jeez, not this son of a bitch again. Did you guys have fun? I didn't, honestly, I don't even want to do anything about the site when I'm on vacation, so I don't even know. Did you guys have fun this past week? I did see that there were a couple issues with regard to that silly sickness room that we put together, which, thank heavens, I think we've dismantled. That's just a waste of time. Look left! Andre! Oh, hugs and kisses. Thank you. So anyway, coming through here, and really, might even argue, check this out. This is so cool. Can you see how this actually looks like a head and shoulders here? Check this out. This isn't exactly David O kind of interpretation, head and shoulders, but I would interpret it this way. Notice there was that down move, then the counter trend rally up to here, then the ultimate low. Now it turns out it was there, but I'm almost thinking that the fractal midpoint is that candle right there. Then rally back to, where were we? Yeah, back to the shoulder. Oh, look at that. It's almost perfectly horizontal. Then look at that funny little shoulder, and then go. So that's actually what I think's going on here. Kind of a weird image, eh? But for like math-wise, you'd have to use that low there. So what is that? 9339333 whatever. So I'm not going to really talk too much more about this. It just looks to me like for now, great part is we have resolved first foggy higher. So that means this is probably starting to create bearish divergences momentum-wise. And if we put on our little reload zone, whoops, that's not what I wanted. Let's try that again. Reload zone. There we go. Oh, look at that. That's freaky. Hey, talk about confluence. Now that is a confluence level. Son of a gun, eh? And also, too, big fat round number, $20.20, $20.10. And I think probably, what do you think the odds are this thing's trading back to 20 bucks there? I'd say probably pretty good. And also, too, look at all these highs, right? And this is going to be, and then we went after the stops, and then we went after the stops, and then we went after the stops. They finally get in through all this liquidity, and then it exhausts itself right up. Actually, who could tell me, what do we call this candle here and that candle right there? Actually, I would know. I would even go, let's go, well, this candle here to that candle there. Yeah, right there. Right. That high there. This is a really, really good application of this concept. What do we call this zone right up in here? Dad is back. Quick, everyone. Hide all the beer cans. Right on. Have you talked about Coinbase stock yet? No, not yet. Quick question. Can we set stop loss for little old lady? No, you're not supposed to. That's the whole point of little old lady, is that she never wants to hear that phone call from me. Ever. And if she does, then she's just going to say, Brian, close up the whole account. I don't want to be bothered with this nonsense. Cut me a check and I want out. Now, if you've gotten to the point where you have sold half of the position on a double, and you want to just sort of say, look, we don't really want to see this position, I don't know, go off the board, then maybe you say, okay, fine, after it's doubled in price, we can make a decision out as to where we want to sort of set a stop for whatever's remaining. It's up to you, but the point of that risk model is that you just don't ever want to have to make that call to her. If you ever have to make that call to her, you know that she's going to basically close the account. So, don't take too much risk on any one trade. It's a sad reality that most people get into. They eventually end up, don't get me wrong. I mean, here's the thing, is that most people cannot do this game. I hope you all understand that. I didn't even get an answer from, Paul. Hey, Paul, you fucking nailed it again. Nice job, Paul. Paul's the only one fucking answering questions for me over there on YouTube. Oh, thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Top marks to Paul. So, yeah, I mean, in essence, this is basically the market itself, telling you exactly where the institutions stopped the last bull market. So, what do you think the odds are that when we get up into this area, you're probably going to find them back at work? Maybe there is some sort of fundamental justification for selling when we get back up into this area. So, watch how price acts up here. We got a couple foggies. It would make sense. There's top of reload zone. You've heard Brian talk about 78.6, blah, blah, blah. It would make sense that we find some traffic up here. What do you think the odds are that we have a bear div working here? Probably pretty good, eh? Yeah, there it is. So, now, it would be interesting. Who can tell me? Here's another question. You lazy-ass pieces of crap. You thought you were here just for edutainment. Ha! Who can tell me? Is this a confirmed bearish divergence? REQ went crazy. REQ? Do we have REQ? I don't know the REQ. Is that something that I own? Something, REQ. This thing? Did it just... Woo! That didn't go very well. I hope it wasn't that. Don't know what you're talking about there, Andrew. Can you be a little bit more elaborate, please? So, do we have a confirmed bearish divergence? The answer is no. Is Willie stupidly overbought? Is Willie stupidly overboard? Thank you, Roman. It's nice to see you guys get actually doing some work here. Remember, half the reason why I did this website was you people are actually going to do the work here. You just tell me whether this is a good trade idea or not at the end of the work. I don't want to have to think here. So if I have to force you to give me the correct answer step by step by step by step, well then so be it. Nice answer, Paul. Jeez, we gotta get this Paul. Paul, who the hell are you? Are you on the site? Request network could have held on a more after doubles. Whoa, well, yeah, there you go. Sell half on a double. How many doubles? What's the best? What's actually? This would be curious. OGers, maybe you can participate here. What is the biggest number of doubles you got off on any one trade? And how many X's is that? I am a student. Fucking A, Paul. It sounds to me like you're graduating into, if not the master's program, maybe we can start talking PhD with you. I never know who's who, so anyway, great to see you, Paul. Ryan said he got a 20x off on a stock. I mean, hell, I've had some crazy-ass trades in crypto that have produced, like, I think my biggest one was about, I want to say like 8 doubles or something like that. I mean, just staggering numbers. I think I got 6 doubles off on things like in fact, actually, there's a couple stocks recently that we did pretty damn well on. So just to give you sort of a visual anecdote of why you want to sell half on a double, just try and hold on to some because you just never know what the fuck's going to happen. This one here, I bought this crazy thing at way down here at like 20 cents or something. No, I think it was like 40. Oh, yeah, you can see the W, right? See it right there. See the W way down there? You see that? Everybody get your microscope out. It's like looking at like a tech stock CEO's privates. Everybody get your microscope out. It's in there somewhere. Oh. That's not very nice, Brian. All right, so I don't know. I mean, how many doubles is that? We could go from a percentage. Like, see, here's the classic W, right? And I think it was like 40 cents I pulled the trigger at. Let's say off of here, because if I remember correctly, it was a reload zone. Something like that. Yeah. So right in here. Let's say 45. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. We'll go boom. Whoop, where'd the line go? Go percent. So this just happens to be one of them. Right? So there you go. That went up 18,000%. Well, not. Is that right? Is that 0? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Wherever the hell that start is. Somewhere in there. So, I mean, I don't know how many doubles that is. It's just crazy. So, yeah. And then on the other side, right, and this is why you don't take too much risk, I think Trex went and killed a whole bunch of new coins, or recent coins. They didn't kill any of my recent shits, which actually surprised me. I was fully expecting them to kill a bunch of these names, but I haven't seen them kill any of these things yet. So don't be surprised. You know, this is the reason why I can't do sort of the Korean barbecue. I can't do this kind of trading nowadays so much off of crypto. If anything, the way that you do this in crypto is I think probably you wait for the 4-year cycles and then you sort of see the wedges build in the 4-year cycles. You know, like well, Luna is probably a good example, right? Whoops. I think it was a pretty good fundamental story here. You know, one of our site principals, he was super excited about Luna here. Fundamentally. So here we are, yep, down in here. I mean, hell, you could have loaded up here like that. I mean, there was a ton of these DeFi names that all did this. So, good old reload zones and W's and all that kind of fun talk, and away we go. So, you can do it in Luna area in crypto too, don't get me wrong. It's just that I don't know the fundamental story. And this is, if anything, why I lean on guys like Shark Toshi. He's super smart about these. Andrew is super excited about this metal. So he said it. Mind you, he's in a group with actually he's in a group with a new dad. So everybody give a big congratulations out to Colin over at Hero. Maybe go and view his stream. Congratulations are in order. So proud of Colin. So there's a bunch of names in the DeFi space. I mean, hell, fuck, you could have done it on dog money here, I suppose. The only problem I have with trying to do this on crypto is trying to figure out, how do you figure out. I mean, I can see technically. All right, there's a pretty good looking floor that's developed here, but how do you figure out that that's fundamental value? I mean, wow, in hindsight, it's ridiculous, eh? But how do you figure out what fundamental value is? And, now, unfortunately, with things like dog money, I can't come in and think about doing this kind of trade here now. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me. So I'm at a loss with regard to new names right now. I would say that I'm pretty impressed to see that the guys at Ubic actually had a tweet out here. DJ Thistle, he's a Canadian that I really like. Aaron, he's also another Canadian that I like. Here locally, here in Vancouver too. So you'll probably see him on, if I ever turn the camera on, in our local war room here in Vancouver. But actually, before I even got started, I saw that here. That looks like the Ubic smart guys. They've got their NFT marketplace up and running, and I like Ubic as a gateway into sort of the Ethereum NFT space because it's so cheap relative to the cost of doing the transactions on Ethereum. So hats off to Ubic people. I mean, I don't know whether I would necessarily call that a quote-unquote buy. It's good to see. Boom, boom, boom. So what's our rule here on trendline breaks? Is that actually a new buy signal? It's a little bit suspect, and unfortunately, look at Willie. So do we have a rule about if we ever see Willie? This is a daily chart, but we see Willie overbought like this. Stupid. Are we allowed to buy? Look at you guys. So of course you go over there, right? This is one reason why I think that crypto actually is gonna pump, is because this guy GPU 50%. Look at these comments. In a total train wreck bear market, you don't see those kind of people pop on this site. But I'm seeing a lot of people come in here, and I've seen it recently. People are like, they're pumping this space. I can feel the pump coming back in. And the interesting thing about this is price is relatively cheap. It's not like face rip stupid expensive anymore. So I get the impression that, this is an odd one because this speaks more to this chart, which, technically isn't really a good chart for us. I don't know whether I've talked to you guys about this before. There's a stupid statement. Jim Brian. I think that we're in sort of the replication of 13-14 kind of market. I get the impression following the sort of midsummer pivot, which I think was supposed to happen here, and it was sort of just following the big Coinbase IPO. Really, the market was too saturated. Too many people were long. They all got crushed. It's interesting as we come down into the bottom of the market. the regulators start coming out and saying, well, we're in this for consumer protection. Fuck you. Come on. It just makes you sick to your stomach. Well, if you were, then why in hell weren't you coming out? And while that guy was on Saturday Night Live, why wasn't he coming out then and saying, what are you people doing buying this dog money? Stop. Don't do it. You're an idiot. No, nobody says anything then. So, or the Coinbase IPO. What are you doing spending $400 or $500 on the Coinbase IPO? Damn thing falls in half. No regulator saying anything then. No politician saying anything then. Why? Well, because we know. And here's the thing, right? This is, are you inside the box or are you outside the box? I constantly have these conversations with you people. There's nothing we can do. You can't change the box. We're too fucking small to change the box. We all know that. But it's your money. Maybe it's your retirement dream. What are you going to do with that money? Hell, I'd love to go and buy a nice piece of property in Hawaii and build a really nice place for Liam and I to just sort of mellow out and just watch the sunsets. But what are you going to do in your retirement with your money? It's your money. How you spend it, these people, that's their job, right? Their job is to brainwash you to get you to spend it on this. Spend it on that. And of course, their job is to get you to emotionally react. And we all know emotionally based decisions are usually not wise decisions. A lot of murders are committed for emotional reasons. It's not sound logic. Well, this person needs to be murdered because of this, and this. It's, you slept with my wife. Right? And we all know how it goes. So the point here is, regardless of what the fate of the market is in the end of the day, is Bitcoin a bull or is Bitcoin a bear, whatever. It's your decision. That's that old don't chase. Because it's your money. Do you want to try and double that money, bang out half, get a free position, let the market establish that free position for you, so now you have no risk and you just, wherever the hell the market's going to go, that's where it goes? That's the best way to play this game, I'll tell you. Like banging out the gazillions of doubles. That's fun. Most people don't do well at this game. I think I mentioned that earlier, right? Because they make emotionally based decisions. So I get the impression that there's a lot of emotion injected into the story down here. On the negative side, which is ironic. And of course, getting regulators to come out and talk about, hey, we're just going to ban all of this crap. Now that's going to start really punching some emotional buttons, eh? My hunch is, for whatever it's worth, and it's not worth a hell of a lot, don't get me wrong, folks. But my hunch is we're probably going to run into resistance somewhere along here after sort of this dead cat bounce plays itself out. And then we've got to go through some sort of consolidation period. Usually Labor Day weekend is kind of a pivot point. All the professionals sort of come back after the sort of summer break. They've been up in the Hamptons doing their thing. A lot of times prices of sort of speculative assets will get bid up because there's been sort of nobody checking. There's nobody as sort of saying, hey, this is getting a little bit expensive. Maybe we should cool our jets here a bit. Or maybe even sell into that rally. Kind of like, if Luna was so darn cheap, hey, look at that. We're engineering a nice little sell-off here. Luna's are, I can't buy that there, right? If we can get a nice little W on the other side of this, I'd love it. It'd be totally awesome. It's great to see the indicators are cleaning themselves up. And like we said there with Willie, actually Willie's trying to clean itself up now. We're no longer stupidly overbought, so that's good. But if anything, probably, what I would do now with a name like Ubik is probably do something like that, right? So if you want to buy, notice, hey, look at that. All this is going to be is just a revisiting, and maybe if you even want this to happen sooner rather than later. But in essence, all this is hey, we're just going to check the trend line from this side, and there's your big fat buy signal. I mean, that would be perfect. So yeah, I mean, you don't want to chase that there. That's blow off top. But I'm not even saying that there's even a trade here for a guy like. I mean, and remember too, folks. I mean, I've been touting this thing forever. I'm loaded up. If Ubik wants to go, and this is the time for it to go, you can see where I think Ubik's going. You see that up there? That's a pretty damn long way up. So if this thing's just like, fuck it, I'm out of here. Woohoo! Okay, so be it. But if I was working stink bids, interesting how that tail right there is right against 78.6, and there's 88.6 right there. I mean, that would be the level right down in there. But that's if a girl, a trader's dream. But good to see. I mean, that's encouraging. Don't get me wrong. But if anything, I wouldn't mind actually. And actually, maybe that's a good dovetail to pop on over here. I left on this little break, sort of saying, well, we had this kind of A, B, C, D pattern working here. And I still think we got to go up and hit Mountain Man. Also, too, notice we've got this, and it's still working. Good old foggy level, 48,179. Hit a high 48,190. So not quite, haven't hit foggy level there yet. So I don't think this is done. You can see the dotted line. That's the A, B, C, D. What I was worried about, of course, is that people think that the move through here is a new buy signal, when in actual fact, I think it's the end of the move, not the beginning. And keep in mind, we got, I told you, when those professionals come back from their Labor Day weekend, a lot of time they come back and they hit the market through that sort of early September window. So be forewarned. Now, I didn't know whether I really thought that we had enough in the gas tank to go much beyond this level. You can see my yellow line. Anybody that's sort of a regular site member, the yellow line is sort of what I left with, sort of thinking. And to all intents and purposes, it looks like we're working our way higher here. I seem to recall, wasn't it Julian who was saying that there's like a moon cycle or something? And we were supposed to go down from here. So I think that's what this is. Let's see. Boom. Oh, there it is. So I don't know whether this shading is bull market or bear market. I don't know how to interpret this. So I do remember, though, that a lot of people were watching that moon cycle going, okay, this is it. This is it. It's there, I suppose. One reason. Be interesting to see whether we have any confirmed momentum divergence here to justify looking for a top right here. What do we got? Survey says, oh, actually, this is a really good example. So, all you level winners. This is fascinating. So, today, the momentum is breaking down. But prior to today, was there a confirmed momentum breakdown here? I hate to say it, but I think the answer is no. So it's interesting how momentum now is breaking down. So that means that if we finish today like this, what do we want to do next? Sort of cadence-wise. And then I guess the question I would have, just looking at this, considering that we have a bullish ABCD objective there, that's that. We got this chaos level here, but there's Mountain Man up there. Is this really a good trade location? What do you think? Yeah? I don't think so. Oh, Roman says yes, no. Yeah. I don't have that, like the way that we like to teach at TRI is first location. Second, Momo div. Third, structure. So if I was thinking, hey, this is a top, let's maybe even go through a checklist. Have I got location? Let's go with, what should I put here? We'll go with an X. And how about a check for yes? So an X for no, and a check for yes. So, this is a great exercise to go through before you ever do a trade. In our level 3 class, we actually teach that one of our site members, Josh Morris, total sweetheart, absolutely love the guy. And in fact, the only I don't know where I have it. Maybe I closed the window. The only page that we show on our YouTube page, because frankly speaking, he's the only guy that I've actually heard who has a YouTube channel that I actually think is worth listening to. The only guy that I have on the page for the referrals, whatever the heck. Oh, I guess that doesn't even show there. I don't know how you show that. Anyway, the only one that I have on there is Josh. It's the only page that I like. Maybe. Oh yeah, I think you go channel. Let's see. Yeah, down here, Josh. There he is. Such a sweetie. So I would strongly suggest that you follow this guy. He's just the best. Subscribed. Great guy. Fantastic guy. 7 altcoins to get rich! Woo! It'd be interesting to see if any of them has made him any money. Keep in mind, everybody, and it's just a great example. Look at him. Oh, he's so adorable. Everybody's got an opinion. Actually, I'm not even showing. Sorry. I thought I was showing you this page. Anyway, there's Josh. That's the page. Here's our channel here. He's the only channel that we have on here on the site that I actually think is worth following. Anyway, so this is what you're watching right now. That's all you guys see. Hey, woo, crazy. Go check out Josh's page. He's such a sweetheart. Anyway, in our level 3 class, to try and help himself get better at trading, he created a nice little checklist. So let's go through the checklist and let's put a check, either X or a check that we should be thinking about taking a trade here. I mean, really, you want to get good trading. This is exactly how you do it. It's really this simple. Sure. Hey, I don't think Julian watches these, but Julian, please don't sell TRI to the fat cats. That's a request from Shark Toshi. Oh. All right, so what was I saying there? Okay, so let's go through the first one. Let's get a poll. So what should we put for location? Should we put an X or a check? Bitcoin Willie double top at close to 0. Holy shit. So you tell me. That's it. Excellent observation, Super Googly Lee. And what's our rule if we see a situation like that? All right, so yeah, first question is, do we have trade location? And unfortunately, I'm going to have to give a big, I do not see trade location. So we'll clone that. And actually, this will be fun. Let's keep track of this through the week and see what happens. And on next week's Broiler Chickens, we'll just check in with this. And we get 3 check marks. Hell, we should probably take the damn trade, eh? So we're going to put an X by location. I would personally prefer to see a bit higher. I want to see up here. We got a bull ABCD, we got foggy boggies, and we got mountain man. And we got a nice little wick, right? And look left. Are we going to run into some resistance against this wick? We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if they blast it through here and you get some sort of insane blow off top all the way back above 50 grand. You know, 55,000. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. So, location to take a trade here? No, can't. All right. Now, what did we say about momentum? Have we got enough anecdotal evidence here to say that we have a confirmed bearish momentum divergence? All right, we're thinking about hunting a short here, right? So, do we have a bearish momentum divergence that has been confirmed? Does that get an X or a check? Come on, you YouTubers. 60 people over there and only 2 of you responding. Come on. You can do it. Thank you, Derek. XX. Good. One more, Paul. Paul, you're going to answer for a few of them. Oh, this is torture. I'm surprised. What's going on here, guys? Why are we so lethargic here? Have you forgotten how I run this shit? I actually expect you to participate. So we're going to have to say, sorry, you know, that gets a big X. There is no confirmed bearish momentum divergence. So another X. What are the odds of us actually justifying putting a trade on here right now? Are they good or are they bad? And how about structure? Do we have any kind of... What's the letter of the alphabet that I really want to see if I want to think about strapping on a short? It's pretty simple, folks. Thank you, Andre. Mr. Fund Manager, I sure hope you got that answer right. No structure. Yeah, so there's no fucking trade here. It's just as simple as that. There's just nothing to do here. And, you know, this is half the problem with being a trader, folks. I don't know whether you like this or not, but it is reality. If you don't have your setup telling you to act, then don't fucking do anything. So, moon cycle, okay. I mean, if anything, I do like the idea that if you had the balls, and keep in mind, you had to have crisp, hairy ones. I mean, really crisp and really hairy. If you had the balls to step in off of this reload zone right down here, and I seem to remember, like, we even painted Ethereum, put the most beautiful bottom in here. If you had the balls to pull the trigger on that, I would expect you to be paying yourself in this area up here. Right? That's a really long, hard move. You should be... Oh, we better not go there. You know, I'll tell you, if anything, me taking a week off means that you're going to get more of these funny little sexual innuendos. You're going to get more of Brian just talking out his ass, not giving a fuck about selling his subscriptions or not. Just, we got to have fun with this. Paul, you saw where I was going, eh? But the point here is, for God's sakes, and then somebody pointed out, I mean, let's go through the other side. Is this even remotely a market we can consider being a buyer? Who made a comment about Willie right here? I mean, that right there alone makes this actually really easy. Just don't fight this. And yet people, they fight this tooth and nail. Who was it? D-Mac. All right. D-Mac. There you are. Super Googly. Super Googly? Super Googly pointed this out. I thought that was a great observation. Keep it simple, people. Don't fight this shit. Just don't fight it. But what it means is you just got to cool your jets. So, if you did have the chance to get long off the bottom, fucking A. Way to go. You know, like I said, Andrew is totally killing it on things like his metal. Love that. Beautiful trade. Congratulations, Andrew. Really nice work. Of course, we had all our fun. You know, the irony of it all is if you had the balls to step in on Doge off of its low, 16, there we are, sitting at 32. Son of a bitch, you just went and doubled. So, if you went and bought that 78.6, boom, you just got yourself a free position. Merry Christmas. Where was Alan here? It's almost not fair. He should have been out going, look at, this is exactly where I need you to step in. I mean, it's so cliche. Can you not see how cliche this is, folks? I'm not even making this shit up here. It's like, okay, well, 5 Beamish, you know, maybe you manufactured this to justify your 78.6 love affair. I'm not making that up. I'm going to put these silly moon cycles away. I mean, keep this as simple as possible for yourself, people. That's incredible when you see that. It's just like, it can't be that cliche, can it? And then, of course, like I said, you know, and thankfully, you know, there was a couple actually really cute little names, like KMD. I picked up a bit of that recently. I think it's basically doubled. I haven't even really looked at the account since I've been back. It just sort of hopped in the saddle here. Yeah, wow, bid working. I think I got filled on that. So we're getting up into double territory on him. Man, there's a world of space for this thing to go up here, right? I think there's EOS, if I'm not, yeah, we picked up a whack of this down here. So he's marching along quite nicely. I don't know whether you can really chase this rally. You know, like here's one that I got chicken shit on over here, and I dumped it, and I said, okay, I'll look to see if I can get back in. And now this guy's basically actually moved exactly where the target window said it was going to off of this, and I've missed the trade. So I still actually have the money sitting in the USD just waiting to buy. Can't touch it now. And the problem here is you can see what I wanted to see develop didn't. Market says screw you, Brian. Problem here is is it in my best interest to go and force this? Oh god. I don't think that's a good idea. My hunch is there is some sort of top up in this area as we sort of go through this late August, early September window. And again, you know, if we went through the 3-step process, at least now this guy, he's actually in a potential trade location. So that's good. I mean, you might say, okay, well, do we have confirmed bearish divergence in momentum? Nope. No signs of confirmed bearish momentum divergence. Do we have any signs of sort of volume impetus failures? Not really. Looks like this thing just broke out, made a new W, 49, 49, 58. So that's a higher high. So no volume divergence. Can we actually justify coming in and buying this now? No bloody way. Don't do it. So, you know, same sort of thing I said before. If I had the balls and it was so, I mean, woulda, coulda, shouldas. But, I mean, I remember distinctly talking to everybody right in here and looking at that and going, fuck, that's when I should pull the goddamn trigger. And instead, I just watched it go by and see you later. I mean, it is a trader's life. It's exactly what I showed you on that other name to start off. What was that one? You got to stay focused. I can't even remember what the hell the damn one was. But you got to stay focused in this game. And actually, I lost focus. And I let that slip through my fingers. Jerks. Hate it. Oh, well. It's trader's life. This Ethereum, this is kind of a fun one. This one, I did come in and force myself to buy Mountain Man levels. And actually, I think, geez, we're getting awfully close to a double on this guy, eh? So my sell half on a double order is up in I guess 2 times, what I think I bought this about 1700. So what is that, 3400? Yeah. So same sort of thing. You know, if we did the 3 steps, we'd go, can't buy this. I mean, you're way, way too late to be a buyer. You can see RSI is actually starting to fail here. There goes the good commuter train. Reason why I have my window open here, it's so bloody hot in Vancouver lately. It's ridiculous. So I didn't want to do the air conditioner. I just wanted to leave the windows open. I was hoping that maybe it wouldn't be too loud. So hopefully we're okay here. So yeah, the starts of divs are really stupid. I don't really have enough in MACD. I personally like it when MACD like carves out a really good looking top or bottom. And you can see it just didn't really do much here. No, not even through here. I mean, I do remember when this happened. That was just the tightest little zing, 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 zing. But man, that was difficult to grab. You can see it did it here again. Zing, 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 fail. So we did a little one, zing, zing, zing. But that's not enough for me to work. I mean, really, what I would like to see here is something along these lines. And this push right up in here actually is going to take price itself to new highs. All right, so that would be like maybe like a... You know, in fact, actually, I even have it on the screen because this is what I'd like to see happen. This would make a lot of sense. Mountain Man, you get some initial respect, so I think that that still could be hit. Is that exactly right? I'm not exactly sure. It might be different from one exchange to another. You can see it's slightly off here. Where is that low? It's there. Nope, it's not even off the right low. Oh, maybe it is. What is that? 1700 even. Jeez, that's funny. It's funny how they love to pivot these things. Whenever you want something nice, what was that guy's name? Great Delmoody? Was that his name? Some guy is writing like a total trading manual just off these broiler chicken shows. And I tell you, they almost always pivot the corn and these and like Ethereum and stuff off of really big, fat, round numbers. And you look back and you go, I can't believe it was that cliche. And if it isn't a big, fat, round number, then odds are it's not a top. So interesting how that high is 43.80.64. I don't think that that's a high. But interesting how this low here, this lowest low, 1700 on the fucking nose. I mean, gee whiz, that's crazy. So up we go. There's a Foggy Boggy. I've been working now enough with Foggy Boggy not to really fight this. I don't think it's a good idea to really step in front of that there. I don't really like location here yet. Also, too, Mountain Man hasn't been traded to yet. Looks like Mountain Man's 33.58, and we got 33.30, 33.30. Now that's an interesting number. Look at that, 3333.33. Now that is odd. So that must have been some sort of algorithm or something. Somebody set themselves up off of that level. It might be a top. It'd be interesting if this like head and shoulders did way out and it turns out that was a fractal top and down we go. But what I like about Ethereum now, and maybe it might even turn into one of these, I'd keep a close eye on how the market acts against this trend line. So I think I love these high to low trend lines. So great Delmoody guy, I wanted you to mention that. But also, too, I don't know whether you follow this pump chaser zone. 38.2 first stop target. Ray Burchette, Ray Barbecue level. We used to call it that. But 50% level, of course, that's WD GAN. This would also be a nice Benkoff check. Right then there's that primary high to low trend line. This looks like a really interesting area here on Ethereum. If we did get that pullback into that level, and then sort of following Daniele and Kieran's logic, nice pullback into that area, then something like that's going to give you like your silver bullet buy signal right in there. So not really a great place to be a buyer, of course. Like we said, Willie's stupid. That's why I built Willie. Just keep you out of trouble. Not really the best place to be a buyer. If you did get long off of this bottom, it's just such a sick level. So the same thing that I was showing earlier, you should be spoon feeding into this rally. And I'm using Mountain Man and Foggy Boggies. I'll be selling into that move into there. Selling half on double, get free position, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff. So, there's your Ethereum. Also, too, like CoinLover said, coming into levels. I don't really see anything really out of the ordinary here. And I don't see enough to say, that's it, this is the top, it's straight down from here. If anything, it almost looks to me like the impression that I'm getting is, and actually, let's do a poll. Let's see if you guys can read my mind. Where do you think my head is going when I look at an image like that? I'm thinking 2 words, something theory, and I'm thinking that those words start with B. Anybody have any idea what the hell I'm thinking about? Gonna have to make you think. So, Kevin, keep your eyes on the road, right? Don't start looking up, thinking. Sharktoshi, I know you also drive, but you usually have Mr. Tesla driving. But what the hell do you guys think I'm thinking here? And if that's the case, then what should be our price objective be? Luna, new BTC ATH. Way to go, Fjord. Oh, Ryan, you son of a bitch. Good for you. Good for you. So, but I don't think, every time I do it that way, it never comes up. So I'm going to go frac. And it's sort of a fractal, but it's not really. Because it's the weirdest fractal you will ever see in your life. What the hell's my name here? CR Investor. There it is. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. So excellent, Ryan. Good that you can see that too. So if that's the case, then what this really means is you can kind of see it. You can actually kind of see it as a head and shoulders pattern. It's going to look something along these lines. Whoops. All right, and then it'll go right back up top, all the way back up here. So this actually, I like the alignment of this as well, because and probably like guy like David O, he would probably be watching this low like a hawk here. So I think that's the pivot low you'll really want to see hold right there. Yeah. And what this implies, and I like this thinking because, here we go into the Labor Day weekend. Market's still relatively uppy. Then they come back from the Labor Day weekend, and remember our Dow chart from 2013, right? Into that late September, October period, there's some sort of fuck you, right? And that was the Silk Road reversal. So remember, Silk Road reversal, when that happened and the judgment came out, everybody thought crypto was over. And the whole fucking Bitcoin story was over. And then the irony of it all is the damn thing just stopped on a dime. And, they say that the Willy bot took over and price just went nuts to the upside following that event. Anyway, we'll see. Only time will tell. But that would be a perfect sort of correlation with this kind of thinking. Same thing. Sort of mid-September, October, we look for that dump against things like trendline support, head and shoulder, billiard ball, fractally kind of bottoms. And really what that implies is, believe it or not, people call me crazy, but this is actually starting to imply like levels up in here. So you know what? This is a concept that we teach in our level 2 program, the trend channels. I'd want to go something like that, boobity boo, and then actually take this off of that old high there. Yeah. So I'm starting to sort of paint big upside objectives up in this area here. I could see that, and I certainly don't follow this stuff, but I always like just to ask the people on the site, is Mr. Willy Woo looking for fucking moon this fall here still? Bollinger Bands. You know what's such a cool study for Bollinger Bands? Did you see this? Oh my god. When I saw this is so cool. This is, and I find this really awesome, is now I think what we'll do is we will combine key reversal signal and Sjord's Bollinger Band. See how the Bollinger Bands went sideways here? And they tightened up on this BAL. This is this cotton ETF. And you get that breakout through the top there of the Bollinger Band squeeze there on the key reversal signal. Oh my fucking god. Now, the only problem with that is, of course, Willie is officially stupid, so we got a problem there. But damn, that is one hell of a powerful signal, folks. This is actually a 2-day chart, so it's a little bit deceiving. 2-day. The daily doesn't exactly look like this. But, wow, when I saw that now that's Sjord's magic signals. Woo-wee, that's sexy. So, everybody wish Sjord luck. Of course, he looks like he's a little bit preoccupied with his baby. Also, too, I think you could make an argument that Luna was going to do well. Woo, look at that. Big rally. And he says new high versus Bitcoin. Oh, there you go. Oh, boy. Does not look very... Okay. Oh, here's another piece. Nice. So this is actually a really good learning piece here, folks. What does this pattern look like? I'll give you a real hint. Make it really easy for you. We want to do something like that. What does that sort of look like? Probably even just go like that. And actually, this is also a really good example. Sjord, you're going to love this. I don't know whether Sjord's watching this or not. We can go boobity boo. And then where are we going to take this trend line? Well, why don't we go off of here for now? Wow. Where's the old high? Oh, actually, oh, yeah, cool. I think you can go off of there. Yeah, that looks good. There's your future, Sjord. But who can tell me what chart pattern is this? That's quite pretty. Oh, nice, Tim. Oh, way to go. Yeah, it is, Richard. It's pretty sexy. Oscillation and volatility for the win. But to see the cup and handle, of course, this is going to make Sjord puke. Something like that. And like that. There's your cup and handle. And who can... Oh, actually, what time is it? Yeah, I should probably wind this up. Who can tell me the old Scottish proverb about cup and handles? I'll give you... And the only reason why I know is because I had an old client of mine for years and years and years who was married to a Scottish lady, and she constantly had all these Scottish sayings. Goes, many a... How does it go? Many a... Oh, I can't remember how it goes. I want to say many a dropped... No, something... betwixt cup and lip. That's how I always remember cup and handles. Putrid. Oh, that's not very nice. Depth of the cup. But hey, if it works, it works. Vile. Oh, you don't like? You're not too big on Luna. Hey, there you go. Excellent, Andrew. Andrew, you must be Scottish then. Damn, way to go. Good for you. Many near a slip between cup and lip. Yeah. Anyway, he used to always say that. And actually, here's a little life lesson for you. Maybe you knew this, maybe you didn't. But if you ever look up in the sky and you see the moon, if you can see the bottom tip of the moon, if you can see it pointing up, then it means that it's holding the water up and it will not rain the next day. And I'll tell you, I was told that about 20, 30 years ago. It's an old Scottish proverb. And every time I ever look at the moon and I ever see that you can see the bottom tip of the moon pointing up a little bit, i.e. it's holding up the water, it doesn't rain the next day. Anyway, kind of a funny little anecdote. Anyway, so it looks like Sjord's going to get stinking rich. Maybe, Sjord, this is just desserts for you. But we still want those screeners, damn it. So, you know, the market is what the market is. In fact, actually, LTO, this is another one of Sjord's idea. I think this one looks good. I don't see any major rejection here. Looks like we're still pointing up. I don't know whether we can get all the way up here, but I wouldn't be surprised if into Collins Pump Chaser Zone we run into some traffic. That's a good looking name I was able to pick up on. So, you know, the crypto market doesn't look bad to me. I think if anything what I see here is that there's a bit of a window here. Last couple weeks of the summer, I don't think you know, the big boys, they're sort of out on vacation right now, and if anything, they almost kind of want to see the market bid up so that when they do come and slam it in the fall, they can actually make some pretty good money on their shorts. Right now, I think it's kind of like, you know, you could hit the, think of it this way. Yeah, so here's a 4 hour. I mean, even if you were hitting the market, let's just say hypothetically you were able to hit the market, establish your short, and you're looking to take profits here. Okay, well, that's 30-40% return on your money. Okay. And, you know, even Mountain Man, you know, we've seen time and time again. We get down into these levels, and, you know, it doesn't make sense to be aggressively short. If we could maybe boost the market up into, you know, and then we went after the stops, look left. If we could somehow probe up into these areas, then you start hitting the market into all of these trend lines, maybe a nice confluence up in this area kind of thing. Well, you know, 50-60% return on your money, that's not so bad to hit that. And you're thinking about just simply buying the position back when it does get down into here. So I do kind of like that thinking. If anything, what I really like is I like the thinking of just, you know, path of least resistance still is up. Ironically enough, even now, this RSI has not broken down. It's just wedging out. And it will drive you crazy. Good for you, Richard. You know, like, actually, we have one guy, and you already all know exactly who it is. We have one guy on the site who's super, super insanely bullish of Luna. And even him, I just had to say, look at, you know, you can see where I sold. I sold like $5 lower. But just get yourself into that risk-free position so that you just don't really care. That's the most important thing about this. The only way you're going to win at this game is the trade doesn't have to matter. As soon as the trade doesn't matter, you've done your good fundamental research, then who cares where the fuck this thing goes? Goes up? Great. Hey, well, we'll sell another half on a double, I guess. If it goes down, yeah, well, maybe I'll reload. You know, you can even see now if I wanted to reload, well, I got to draw my box up here. And probably after whatever the hell the peak is here, and, you know, we saw versus Bitcoin, it looks like this thing wants to pop here. Maybe, I hate to say it, but maybe because we're running into a ton of traffic here, we sort of bang around in here for a while. Maybe what that means is Bitcoin's got to come off a chunk here. Who knows? But point I would just simply say here is at this point here, there should be no anxiety. The only anxiety you're going to have is, oh, fuck, I sold too much. That damn Beamish guy should have held on to all of it. Okay. If that's the worst that comes out of this, so be it. No. Oh, I just lost the house. No. The wife has me sleeping on the couch. None of that. None of that shit exists in our lives. So, anyway. In these kind of markets, I'm feeling upbeat. Can I go and buy that there? No freaking way. That's just sort of the way the market is right now. Whether it be Luna, whether it be Litecoin, I think even Ethereum. There's no way I can buy this up here. Look at that. Ethereum banged into a 4.669 as we speak. And you can kind of see squiggly line theory. You can kind of think what I'm going to be thinking over the next month or so. So, just be ready. Be prepared. If anything, what I'd love to see is give me that pop into 34 so I get my double trade off. And then if it wants to crap back down, well, awesome. I might even do a reload of this coins that I sold on the double there. That would be the ideal scenario. If we just crap out here, I'll still be buying these. I've told you guys before, this pullback here, and actually what I'm hearing out of the media, what I'm hearing out of like Fidelity and people like that kind of shit, I'm hearing that this next 5-10 years crypto is going to be the center of attention. It will be one of the main drivers of this coming growth cycle. It's not going to be that companies are building better mousetraps. If anything, we've got to now grow into this world of all this digitization. One of the ways that we grow into this world is how does the crypto story develop and how does it build out? And it ain't no one direction line, folks. As I've told you before, I'd actually like to think, and I think all of you should take this very seriously, that if we do play out this and we do start going parabolic and we do start seeing Bitcoin cross the $100,000, $200,000 thresholds, I am going to be looking at it like it's the end of a very long 4-year cycle. And I will be taking profits into this cycle peak. Not all. You know me, I never sell everything. But, if I have enough to do things like buy Liam a house, then Liam deserves that house. Because he worked damn hard for that house. Got to get paid. All right. I think I'm going to leave the rant at that. Hopefully you got some value out of sort of what I see out of the market. We'll sort of slowly get back into the grove over the next week or two. We do have links to things like the upcoming fall term. If you want to get your act together and get schooled up on how to build a plan and run a small business of trading, I think that's an excellent resource and an excellent tool that everybody, if you actually do want to actually risk some money in the market, just get off your butt and do it. And then that way you have no excuse. You know what the process is, no excuses whatsoever. I mean, half of the problem in this world is nobody really wants to teach you the process. For $1,000, just go learn the process, get it done. Nobody can ever bullshit you about what a good trade idea looks like technically or fundamentally ever again. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we actually have a marketable product that I can come and show you and demonstrate to you on a regular basis the value of having the product in your life. As I said there a moment ago, Fjord has told me that the engine now is a sort of officially running. It's just a question of presenting the data correctly. I suppose the signal coming out of August 5th there was pretty solid. I'm not quite sure if that's a buy or sell signal though. Or this is a function of something's not right here. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. But, we'll keep watching them build them out. Isn't that interesting? So, look how wide apart. Fast is 92, slow is 15. No. Fast bullish percentage, slow bullish percentage. Yeah, I'm going to have to take some time to figure this out. So we'll see what Fjord's up to. It almost looks like interesting how that. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna have to work away on this and figure out what the hell is going on. I don't think these charts are reporting this data correctly. Doesn't look right. Eh? Yeah, they don't look like they're the same data. Fjord, if you're watching this later on, looks like as I had sort of said, and actually Fjord even said this, that he has the engine, all this stuff reporting correctly. But the front end stuff is the stuff that he needs to work on now. So, anyway. Actually, it's interesting, this ADA. Geez, I sure heard a lot of people squawking bullishly about this ADA while I was gone. I don't even know what the hell this looks like. But it's good to see that, the engine is coming along. The boys are doing their thing. Maybe. You going to load? So, keep our fingers crossed. Come on, Sjord. You could do it. You could do it. Did see that the screeners were producing some really interesting data that I can talk to you guys about on a regular basis now. So we'll see how that goes. And we got about, I guess, looks like Kevin actually was killing it on Friday with a daily brief. Thank you, Kevin. If I understand correctly, Julian had a presentation about NFTs on the Thursday broadcast. So keep your eyes peeled about that. Sjord was talking, of course, about how to get everybody on board Luna. Which is totally awesome. I mean, hey, I love the fact that he's so gung-ho. So let's all sort of keep working together, keep moving the train forward. If you need to take a break from TRI for a week or two, hey, that's totally understandable. It can sometimes get a little stressful around here, just seeing the same people and the same conversations over and over and over. I would actually encourage you that you take a little break, even all ROGs. It's pretty healthy. Wish me luck with Liam today, everybody. I tell you, when I ask you guys to wish me luck with Liam, Cheryl, thank you, awesome. Usually it goes pretty well. So thank you for the best wishes. PMA for the win, everybody. Slow and steady wins the race. If you have a question, maybe fire them on the comments, kind of thing. Hit the thumbs up thing you're supposed to do on these videos if you like it. We'll get the complimentary 1 or 2 thumbs down votes. We usually do. So thank you very much for those as well. I appreciate it. Hugs and kisses. Do have a school term coming up here in the fall. If you feel like trying to, get a little bit more professional with your trading, awesome. You're more than welcome to join. We'll teach you the process. I think the process is sound and our instructors are sound. So 100% confidence in them. Gotta say, Julian is an excellent customer service representative. And keep himself on the up and up. And I think Stuart's an excellent CTO. And if anything, I'm a little saddened that we're kind of getting sucked down this social media vortex of political correctness, and really you can't win either one way or the other. So let's maybe just not even bother participating, okay? Think box. If anything, you guys getting all wrapped up and all stressed out about vaccines and COVIDs and all that shit, you are in the box. And you are being played by the box. But we stand outside the box. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. If anything, that is one of the luxuries of this free market system that we live in. Let's just make darn sure that Winnie the Pooh doesn't take that away from us. He would like to. I think, to be perfectly honest with you, I think actually what's going on in Afghanistan is going to teach the Chinese that if they really want to build this Belt and Road, they have to take responsibility for local security. And I think that they've gotten a bit of a free ride over the past 20 years with the Americans keeping the people in Pakistan in check. And now I think it's the people of Pakistan. If China really wants to pull off this Belt and Road, they're going to have to start shelling out some serious money to the Pakistanis, or go in there guns a-blazing. I don't think that's going to happen. But I definitely think that this, in my opinion, is exactly what I thought was going to happen with sort of this unwinding of this globalization nonsense. There are people in the United States that are going to say, okay, you want globalization, you want your Belt and Road? Fine. You're going to have to pay for security. So, really, what I see happening actually makes perfect sense to me. So try and again think outside the box. Don't get too wrapped up in the box. Please, but the only way you can really respect what's going on is got to step outside the box and say, okay, well, why are people doing what they're doing? And actually, a lot of times you have to be empathetic, which is very difficult in this world. We're all, I mean, especially at TRI. Now, I don't quite understand this. And the person that has a beef at TRI, and if they're lodging complaints and stuff like that, reach out to me. We're all supposed to be in this working together. So if you're part of TRI, if you're part of this community, there shouldn't be any ill feeling. If anything, my rants, you want to be ill feeling, get pissed off at Brian. I love when you guys get angry at me. But what I think I'm seeing a little bit is we're getting too wrapped up in the box. Gotta step outside the box, and let's all work together to make this world a better place, right? I like that. Good comment. Respect from outside of the box. All right, everybody. Thank you very much for your best wishes with Liam. PMA for the win. We'll all get through this together. Brian's back in the saddle. Let's all kick some ass. Take it easy, everybody. Oh, yeah, I gotta remember my damn tagline, right? Andre's like, Andre, actually, have you got a microphone yet? Maybe we should get you to take us on out of here. Where's your microphone? Get your goddamn microphone. Give us an Italian bye for now. Like Michele. Come on. You can do it. Come on. You can do it. I don't hear you, dude. I can see you took your mute off, but I don't hear you. Ah, you're breaking my heart. All right.
Bye for now.